Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Standley with Standley Handcrafted, and today I wanted to talk about luxury candles, expensive candles, and basically a question that comes up in the group quite a bit, and that is, how do certain candle companies get away with charging $100 for an 8-ounce or 9-ounce candle? And is there anything in those candles that would make them worth $100? Now, of course, everybody wants to know this question because everybody wants to put out a luxury line, something that will fetch a higher price than your basic $10 to $20 8 or 9-ounce candle. So I wanted to go into a little bit of that one and also kind of talk about a group experiment that I'm trying to do, a channel experiment that I'm trying to do. I'm in the process of trying to come out with a little bit higher end line for my brand, and I just started kind of reaching out, looking at different things. So kind of the goal with this one is I wanted to put this together, kind of do an experiment, because like I said, I want to put out a higher end line, something that is a little bit more unique as far as waxes, fragrance, the vessels, everything like that, and then basically try to market, probably not a $100 candle, but definitely like a $40 to $50 candle, basically just to see how it goes, kind of the stumbling blocks going into it, and then basically share that with the group and with the channel and kind of see what comes of it. Now getting into a luxury line or looking at some of those other candles like Diptyque or Sire Trudon, those are probably the two candles that really pop up in the group quite a bit, and I'll put some pictures up here that show exactly what those are. Very nice candles, they sell extremely well. The Sire Trudon is $105 for a 9.5 ounce candle, and the Diptyque candles are around like $95, and the Diptyque candles are right around $68, and that's for a smaller candle like 6 ounces. They do sell some bigger ones that are right around $100 as well, and a lot of people post those, and because everybody wants to have a $100 candle, because they just, the profit is through the roof on that one, or the profit margins are crazy. And basically what it comes down to is when somebody sells a candle like that, it's not necessarily that the candle and the cost and everything that's inside of that, there's not anything in the candle that's really worth that $100. The big thing that people are doing, or companies are doing with a candle like that, is promotion. It's all about brand, it's all about promotion, where they put it. These two are definitely a kind of boutique style, a very high-end line. They do some fragrances of their own, and that's basically what goes into this one. If you pull up any of these candles, and again, I'll put some pictures up here, you can see the jar itself is nothing that stands out. It's just your basic tumbler. The Diptyque candles are a clear glass. It looks like a 9-ounce tumbler that you can get off Candle Science, whereas the Sire Trudon is a kind of a green glass, a little bit different. You'd probably have to search out that one, but I think you can get some of those tumblers in the off-color glass. I know glassnow.com does some glasses like that. And then of course they may go into like a proprietary wax. It looks like, I've looked at the Diptyque candles quite a bit. I think they're using soy in those candles. They look like soy with the frosting on top. They might put some other things in there to get a stronger scent throw. They really don't list it on the website. I tried to go through, find out what it was, but I would imagine they're using some type of a soy, probably some type of an additive in there. And they're basically coming up with their own wax blend, so they can have like a proprietary wax blend and basically say that on the label. As far as fragrances, they're definitely doing their own fragrances in-house, but definitely don't let that discourage you, because the fragrances that they're doing aren't going to be much different. Of course, they're making their own, so it's going to be a fragrance oil that you really can't get, but there are companies out there that make duplicate scents. So anything like the Diptyque, I think it's the Bays or Bays, it's one of their most popular scents. You can get a duplicate of that one, and it smells pretty identical. It's the same thing with like Victoria's Secret scents, Chanel scents, like big perfume companies. You can get duplicate scents that would definitely help that. And then as far as wicks and anything like that, they're literally using the exact same wicks that you and I can get at any of the suppliers. So they're really not doing anything special in that candle that you could not do, which again is why I want to get out there and just promote a more expensive candle. The big thing that you're going to want to do with that, and the other thing that they're doing, is you typically get into nicer containers, nicer waxes, nicer oils, nicer labels for sure. But as you'll see with the Diptyque candle, is they just have an oval or oblong vinyl sticker with black writing on it, or black ink on it. So really nothing crazy special with that one. Whereas the Sire Trudon, they definitely have, it looks like a metal foil label that's on that one. It's a gold foil. I've actually seen that one. I think you can see it in Nordstrom's. Definitely some of the higher end Nordstrom's, they carry the Sire True Dawn candles. So definitely if you're in a Nordstrom's, take a look at them, and you'll see that they're really not much different than anything that you could actually make at home. Now, of course, the thing that they're doing is they're putting these into shops that obviously you and I aren't going to get into anytime soon. They've got their candles in Nordstrom's. They definitely have a marketing budget that really puts them out there. So they're putting their candles, if you're ever flipping through some like high-end stores, Nordstrom's, any like Louis Vuitton, stuff like that, Gucci, start looking through those, you're going to start to see ads for candles like that, and other products, of course, start to pop up in like your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, and they're definitely targeting people that are in that line or people that are looking for stuff like that. Now, so for me, I started to go through and I started to get some glass, and I picked these up from glassnow.com. I was a little disappointed with these. I don't know if these are the vessels that I'm going to use. They're pretty nice, but they could definitely be better. I ordered the amber jars, the white ones, and the black ones, and when they showed up, the white and the black look decent, but there's a lot of imperfections with these. These are definitely just a clear glass, and this one is actually chipped on the side. You really can't see it right there, but these are just painted black, and these are just kind of frosted paint or frosted white. But of course, like I said, you can make anything work. You can, like I put the silhouette vinyl labels on this one. That's definitely going to help out a little bit. It looks a little bit nicer. And then of course, going with, there's a lot of vessels on dreamvessels.com and 1617.com. Definitely some nicer vessels that you can work with. Something that kind of gives a higher end or more professional appearance. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just like I want to do with this experiment, with this test, and I would definitely love some feedback on this one, is I want to launch a candle line like that and just put it at a $50 range. Obviously, you and I know what goes into a candle. Like I said, with the diptyque and the Sire True Dawn, I'm willing to bet that they have less than $10 of material in that thing, and it's probably less than $5 of material because they're making it on such a large scale. And I know for a fact the diptyque one is less than $5 because I can make that exact same candle. Again, I don't know the oils that they're using, and I don't know the wax that they're using, but it's not going to be much different than the oils and the waxes that we can get. So as far as the amount of wax that's in there, the wick, the tumbler, the sticker, their label and everything like that, guarantee it's less than $5 in that thing, and they're selling it for $100. Now, of course, the other thing that these companies have behind them is, like I said, a marketing budget and everything like that, but they've got the website, they've got the business, they've got everything behind them that definitely lends people to believe that that candle's worth more than it really is. And that's where I'm struggling with this one, is I'm not really sure how to position this one. I was thinking about making like a one-off page from my website, so it's something that's not exactly tied to my website, but not an entirely new website, just to kind of promote these. And then I wanted to go through and try to do a couple different advertising budgets on Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that, and kind of really put them out there. I need to get with somebody to kind of narrow down the targeting range, the audience targeting, so that I can put ads in front of the people that will notice these and that will purchase them. And then of course I'm going to come back through here in the videos and like document everything so that I can show you exactly what I did, the targeting, the marketing, the budget, everything I did like that, just so that I can kind of help some people out there that would like to do something along this as well. And then along with this candle, I've got a few other things that I want to do. I'm not going to share them in this video just yet because I still haven't narrowed it down or nailed it down. But I've got some new packaging that I want to put with this one. I've got some extras that are kind of coming with this to give it a more perceived value. And then of course the packaging, the candle and everything, and like some of the stuff that I'm gonna put with it, it will look like it should be around a $40 or $50 candle. So I'm definitely excited about this one. I really don't know where it's gonna lead. I could end up with 100 candles that I just discount and sell for 20 bucks, but we'll see what happens. I would be curious to know if there's anybody out there that does have a candle line. If you'd like to comment down below, let me know. I'd love to see your site. I'd love to hear your story, anything like that. If you don't want to put it down in the comments, just please send me an email. I'd love to hear if anyone else has gone through this, how they went about it, and just if anybody's had any success with launching a $50 to $100 candle. And then of course, I would love to hear suggestions, thoughts on this as I go through. I'd like to do kind of a couple, not really episodic, but a couple different videos on this one, kind of showing the progress I make with this. So if there's something that you'd like to see or just some some thoughts that you think would help in this process, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll try to go through and reply to every single one of those. And honestly, I'd love for this to be a blueprint for how to create a luxury or higher end line of candles. And even if somebody doesn't launch a $50 candle, I think this would be a good representation or a good example of how to properly price your candles. This is something that we talked about in the class that we just did this last weekend, and that was pricing your candles right. And a lot of people feel bad asking $20 to $30 for a candle that they know only cost them $2 to $5 to make. So I would definitely like this to be kind of a how-to, and definitely go into the reasons why you shouldn't feel bad about charging a little bit more for your candles. But that's pretty much it. I would love to hear your feedback on this one. If anybody has any thoughts, ideas, please let me know in the comments down below. And in the next video, I'll go through and show you exactly what I've done. I should have like the packaging nailed down and the labels and everything nailed down. So I'll start to show those. So definitely stay tuned for that one. And I did mention that we did a class over this last weekend, and I wanted to bring that one up. Those are the online candle classes. We used to be doing those in person, like we were going to Chicago, LA, Atlanta, and we would do like an all-day candle conference where people came in and made a bunch of candles with a bunch of different waxes. We have since moved those online, and we just had our first online class. And what we're doing with those now is it's the exact same class. You get to make the candles, 4 different waxes, bunch of different wicks, everything like that, except we ship them to your house and you follow along with videos and do those candles in your own home. And then we meet up on a certain day and we do a 5-hour Zoom conference where we go over if you've made the candles yet or if you're holding off on making the candles, and then we discuss the business around candles. So social media, the markets, the barcodes, everything like that, how to get into stores, wholesale, anything like that. And yesterday's class was a big success. It was a lot of fun. We had 28 people in there, so it was real nice to see everybody. A lot of good questions come from these. And we have another one coming up September 19th. So if you're interested in getting in on those, just go to theinnovativemaker.com and you can see a link for all the events that we've got coming up. I know a little bit more than half the class in that one is sold out, so there's still a few seats left in that one. And again, I've got the link in the video description down below. So if you want to do that one, definitely jump over there, sign up now, because the seats will definitely sell out. They sold out at this last one. And of course, you can follow me on any of the social media links that I've listed down below, Instagram, Facebook, my website, my email address if you'd like to reach out. And of course, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.